took years for Anne-Marie Crawford to become an American citizen after she left Jamaica, where she was born.
I don't think we are really welcome here, just to work and put money in their pockets.
She's lived with her family in Atlanta for nearly 30 years. Now President Trump's back in office, she wants out.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. And I want you to see all the clip that I'm about to share with you here. There's a couple of Jamaicans and even African Americans that came to settle here in Kenya, start a family, or even start, build a home and start a new life, start over. Literally, they are starting over here in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, because after all, they are home. They are home here in Africa. Africa is the home of every single human being you see on earth. It is not me who say it. It is the scientists who say it, ladies and gentlemen. But before I even talk so much, watch this video first of all, and then I'm coming back to elaborate even further.
It took years for Anne-Marie Crawford to become an American citizen after she left Jamaica, where she was born.
I don't think we are really welcome here, just to work and put money in their pockets.
She's lived with her family in Atlanta for nearly 30 years. Now President Trump's back in office, she wants out. She says they've felt warmly welcomed here in Nairobi, where they've come to buy a home.
This is a prime area.
Adila Mohammed's helping her find it. It's part of a package offered by her company, Adila's Relocation Services. She says her clients are mostly Black Americans, and that she's helped about 15 families move in the last year, and that more are coming.
This one would be too small. In America, we're used to big.
Savings or pensions can go further in Kenya, where Adila says there's a better life.
We can live comfortably without all the stress, without all the racism, without all the police brutality, without all of the heavy political climate. We don't need any of that. Our people just want to be at peace.
Adila and her husband Lamont have told the story of their migration on YouTube and connected with a community of nearly 200 Americans, Canadians and Jamaicans who she says have mostly migrated here in the last 5 years. Marceau Narcisse from Chicago has just visited American friends living in Ghana and Nigeria. He says he'd prefer to move here for good roads, faster internet and the weather.
It's very moderate, the temperature. It's not too far from the beach, which I do like.
The history of the transatlantic slave trade has given West Africa appeal to some American migrants seeking their ancestral roots. Adila says anywhere in Africa can be home, but Nairobi's best. Adila and her clients say attractive apartments with gyms and swimming pools are drawing them to Kenya. But they're not only trying to escape generations of racial injustice in America, but also growing economic uncertainty. Anne-Marie's worried her home in Atlanta will lose value, so she says she wants to sell it and move here within weeks.
I've been even telling co-workers before I even get here, because of what I'm seeing on YouTube. I said, it's time for us to all sell and go to Kenya. Let's go.
Anne-Marie says she feels at peace here, and she wants to leave growing uncertainty in America for a new place to call home. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Nairobi, Kenya.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all the Jamaican people to Africa, to welcome all the Jamaican people and even people from the Caribbean to Africa. Why Africa? Because Africa is the cradle of mankind. This is where life began. Every single person you see on earth, their ancestors are found here in Africa. The earliest human being was discovered in Africa, in Ethiopia, over 2 million years ago. Australopithecus forensis was discovered here in Africa. The earliest human beings, the earliest human beings were found here in Africa. So I'm in the right position as we speak to invite Jamaican people to Africa, specifically here in Kenya, because Kenya is also your home. Come back to Kenya, come and invest here, come and buy a home here, come and start a family here, ladies and gentlemen, because Kenya is a nice place. It's the fastest growing economy in Africa. It is the fastest growing economy in Africa. It is the lion of Africa. It is the capital city of Africa. You know, every single nice thing you can think about in Africa is found right here in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is your home. Do not be afraid to come in. Yes, and of course, after things settle down, because I also love Jamaica. I also love Jamaica very much. I love Jamaica very much. And I always want to come and visit Jamaica. Unfortunately, there was Hurricane Melissa. Okay, but after things settle down, please come to Kenya. Come back to Africa, because this is also your home. Actually, it is the home of every single human being on earth, including white people. Because after all, this is the cradle of mankind. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, before anything else, my prayers goes out to Jamaica. God bless Jamaica. God bless Jamaican people every time. Jamaican, the land we love. And trust me, Jamaica is going to return back. Jamaica is going to come back. And Jamaica is going to surprise the world once again, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah? My hope is 100%. My hope is 100%. And I feel so bad. I feel so much affected, because by next year, I wanted to make plans to go to Jamaica. I had already even communicated to some of my friends in Jamaica to go and visit Jamaica and create network, create friends in Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen. But now this Hurricane Melissa has completely ruined everything. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, let me go on. Now, there's a couple of Black Americans and Jamaicans who have, decided to come back home in Kenya, because this is also your home, ladies and gentlemen. And, Kenya is the best country so far in Africa. It's a fast growing economy in Africa. If you're planning to come to a country where people are civilized, it is Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah? If you want to come to a country that is developed, it is Kenya. If you want to come to a country that is so peaceful, it is Kenya. Kenya, just like Jamaica, has everything for you. It depends with what you want. If you want to settle along the shore, Kenya has that for you. If you want to settle in the urban areas like Nairobi, in the apartment, whatever, Kenya has that for you. If you want to settle in the countryside, Kenya has that for you. We are the lion of Africa. We are the capital city of Africa. We are the fast growing economy in Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And if there's a country that has hosted majority of Jamaican artists, it is Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. When you go to Kenya, especially on Sundays, you will see Jamaican flags in majority of nightclubs. Jamaican flags, Jamaican flags, Jamaican flags. Yes. Because we love Jamaican people, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah? This is the rule of the thumb for the people who might be doubting if they can live in Kenya. If you have lived in Jamaica, if you can handle traffic in Jamaica, if you can handle traffic in Kingston, if you have handled traffic in Kingston, or if you have ever lived in Jamaica, you can live in Nairobi, Kenya. Kenya is very easy for you. If you can drive in Kingston, you can drive in Nairobi, Kenya. It's very easy for you. The traffic in Kingston and the traffic in Nairobi is almost the same thing. The road craziness in Jamaica and the road craziness in Kenya is almost the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that's why Jamaicans find it very easy here in Kenya. That's why they live here in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, politics, politics, how politics is. There is this party, there is that party, we are competing, which party is going to win. Politics is the same thing too. Okay, because Kenya is also there. We also have parties, ladies and gentlemen. So do not be afraid. There is nothing that you are going to find so strange, maybe apart from the food, and maybe languages. But trust me, everything else is almost the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing so much difference. So welcome to Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. Come back to Kenya. Come back home. Yeah. Now for Black Americans. For black Americans, we also have a lot of Black Americans who have also settled here in Kenya. They have bought land. They have married off here in Kenya. They have decided to, stay here in Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and they are living very well, happy. They can drive. They can drive very easily. Getting a Kenyan citizen as a Black American is the most easiest thing. Very easy. Buying land here in Kenya as a Black American, or even as a Kenyan, is very easy. Owning a land is very easy for a Jamaican, very easy for a Black American. You just know, of course, you have to know the right people, you know, get the right people, of course. There's a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen, and even probably a lawyer or something. Okay, yeah. So come in, and you know, let's do this. Let's build Africa. Huh? See you again in my next video, ladies and gentlemen. And Kenya is your home. Always, every time.